Okay, if you're looking to get a fast-track citizenship program, I wanted to talk to you today about some of the changes that are coming about. Some of the actual countries are planning on going up on their costs. Some have said they're still kind of sitting on the sideline and waiting. Well, ultimately, these countries are going to all be going up on their rates because they're the EU, the US, and other statutory-like jurisdictions like Canada. They're going to require them to do it. What's going to happen is they're going to control them by the visa-free travel to their country. And you saw what happened with the UK. All they had to do is just cut off, visa-free travel to Dominica, and then, it's become a very unpopular passport now. I mean, that's where everybody goes when they go to Europe is through the UK. Like I mentioned to you before in other videos, I would rather lose visa-free status to all just under 30 countries that represent the Schengen countries than I would that one country, the UK, because all of my travel goes through there to go to Southeast Asia or wherever I go. I really go through the Schengen countries, but it makes a big, big difference. But the big question is, will other citizenship by investment programs follow the St. Kitts and raise the prices? Well, here's what the CIU's programs heads are actually talking about and what they're thinking about doing. And this came out in, there was an article that came out in I'm a newsletter, and I'm just going to highlight some of the things they've talked about here. Now, St. Kitts and Nevis has made the sudden, as everybody knows, the unilateral and entirely unexpected announcement that it would double the prices for its citizenship by investment program last month. Market stakeholders have been anxious to learn how and whether the other citizenship programs will follow suit. Now, the St. Kitts announcement had taken its regional peers by surprise, but they were talking about that, they were completely off guard by St. Kitts' move, says one of the head of the citizenship by investment programs. And there was no communication from St. Kitts that they were planning to double the price. Even the prime minister, there was no correspondence to any of the prime ministers on what was going on. And so nobody really knew except the people at the top of St. Kitts that made these decisions. Now, second program head basically was talking about that they had no idea it was coming, but they're still trying to figure out a response on how to handle this. They don't want to hurt their economy, but they're trying to figure, should they be going up on their price or keeping it where it is, at least for a while or whatever. Well, now, the Caribbean Citizenship by Investment heads this week answered the question that was on everybody's mind, and that is, do you have plans to raise your prices as St. Kitts and Nevis has done? The only answer they came out with, Thomas Anthony, who's head of the Grenada Citizenship by Investment, he stated that they have no plans to follow St. Kitts. Now, remember, Grenada has a lot less visa-free travel countries that you can go to than St. Kitts. They also have a local income tax. So if that doesn't bother you, then that might be something you want to look at. Another alternative, St. Kitts has got the cheapest of all the government fees if you go with the real estate option with only $25,000 US. And I'm talking about total fees. We're looking at stamp duties, all the other fees that's added together. So especially if you're thinking about moving to the place and you're going to get a property anyway, St. Kitts would be the option you want to look at, because if you're going to be buying a house, and I've told people before, if you get a house or condo, whatever, you ought to be buying in the citizenship zones because you have a bigger market, more lucrative market when you resell. And also you're in a country that has no income tax. So when you resell that house, wealthy people will favor it more towards places like St. Kitts and Antigua than they will the other ones, because there is no income tax, and that's what wealthy people are looking for. Now, this indicates that no matter what the other programs decide to do, there will be at least two different citizenship by investment price levels in the Caribbean going forwards. Now, Jeff Hadid, meanwhile, who's chairman of the Antigua and Barbuda Citizenship by Investment Board, offered a somewhat more kind of confusing response. He went on to say that we're in discussions on several revisions to our program, and that these discussions are still ongoing. Nothing is definitive yet, and once the proposals are in final draft, they would need to be approved by the prime minister and as a cabinet, which means this is probably going to take for months because things don't work fast in the Caribbean. Now, while he declined to comment on the specific content of the various reform proposals, they are likely to pertain to price changes considering the formulation of proposals began immediately after St. Kitts' move, and therefore presumably a response to the same. Now, Emmanuel Nathan of the Dominica CIU did not respond affirmatively in either direction, but promised to revert with an answer at a later stage. They really don't, Dominica really doesn't have much pull in this. They really can't go up on their rates because a lot of people will not pick up that passport now since they've lost the UK visa-free travel. So if they're going to see their cases drop off dramatically. If they went up on their rates, nobody would go there, okay? So, because there'd be so many better choices. So I don't think you're going to see Dominica, like I said, go up on their rates. But, remember, if you get that, you're not going to have visa-free travel to the UK. That's been ripped away, and who knows how long that's going to be before they get that back. In other administrative updates from the Caribbean, both Grenada and St. Lucia this week circulated updates on the expected instatement of applicant interview requirements. Now, Grenada, which had originally scheduled interviews to begin just right away, said that the interview process has been postponed to a date to be announced. Now, it did, however, specify that such interviews would come with an additional fee of $1,000 for all applicants of age 17 and above, which means that this could represent a considerable added expense for families with adult children. Now, St. Lucia, on the other hand, has announced that its interview requirement will take effect as of this Monday, September the 4th, just coming up. In St. Lucia, the interview will be $500 and will apply only to the main applicant. If you want to know more on this, folks, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. We've got around 1,000 videos now. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.